Claude just released Cowork, which sits between the chat interface and Claude Code, and it's set out to 10x your productivity without you needing to know a single line of code, but having access to Claude Code's brain and capabilities. I've been testing this for the last week, and I've already automated workflows that used to take me hours every single week, and I set up each one in under 5 minutes. In this video, I'm going to walk you through skills and plugins in a way that you haven't seen anyone actually use them before. So let me show you how Cowork actually works. Okay, so first up, to access Cowork, you need to download the desktop app, which is now available on both Mac and Windows. And so over here, we have chat. And if we just toggle here, we have Cowork. And over on the far side is code. So as I said, Cowork sits in the middle here. And now what is really cool is you can give it access to files and folders on your computer. And if you want to learn all about that, I have another video on my channel walking you through how to work within these. But today we're going to look at skills and plugins because they are incredible. Okay, so first up, here are our connectors. So you can give Cowork access to stuff on the web too, just like you can in the chat mode. Google Drive, Canva, Gamma, Notion, Slack, whatever you want. And then down here are our plugins. So if we just head over here and go add plugin, you can have access to all of these ones that are built by Anthropic. So there's legal, marketing, productivity, sales, finance, basically whatever you need is sitting right here. So let's install one. Let's install this brand voice. We just hit install here and you can see it's as simple as that. And if we just go over to manage plugin, this is where our brand voice now sits. And so the way plugins work is they have commands here, which basically are shortcuts that allow you to run certain things. And then they are made up of skills and then also agents. We have skills that basically have system prompts and they can access your tools. With a plugin, it is made up of skills, connectors, and also sub-agents, which is what make them so powerful. And so in this brand voice, we've got our commands here, we've got our connectors, so we can give it access to a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to give it access to my Notion because that's where so much of my business lives. And we've also got skills here. So we've got this brand voice enforcement skill, we've got this discover brand skill. So what this discover brand skill does is goes through and basically generates your guidelines from stuff that you give it access to. And then we've also got this guideline generation skill. And then finally down here, we've got these agents, which is where it is just going to take this whole plugin to the next level. So these agents have all of these guidelines here and they can go off and do tasks for us in parallel. And what's really cool about the plugins is we can edit these. So this is obviously a template, but if we jump up here, we can customize it with Claude. We can also just try it in chat. So let's give it a try now and see how well it does at discovering what my brand voice is like. So here it's asking me where would we like it to search. I'm going to let it search my platforms to start with. And what's really cool about this is it's going to ask us a whole bunch of questions before it makes this to-do list. So it can see here it's got access to Notion, Google Drive, as well as Slack. I don't work in these, so I'm obviously not going to connect those. And I'm going to get it to do cast a wide net. And so over here now, it's made this to-do list of what it's going to do. It's going to go search my Notion, Google Drive, Slack for brand voice patterns, which is wild because it'll actually pick up like how I speak, and then analyze and rank these sources, present discovery report, and then offer next steps, which is going to use its generate guidelines skill to create a solid and comprehensive brand guideline for us. All right, let it do its thing. While that's working, let's just jump over to Claude and I'll show you how to access even more plugins. So you can jump over to GitHub where they have all of the Anthropic official plugins here. So there's ones for bio research, customer support, design. So if we click into this and then go down here, these are other commands that are available. So accessibility reviews, critiques, design systems, UX, and then all of these skills belong in this plugin. So that accessibility review, design critique, design handoff, etc. And so you can just download these. We just jump back here. And so you can just hit download and plug this in to Cowork by going to here and then add plugin. And so all you need to do is go personal and hit plus and then add from the marketplace from GitHub, or you can upload the file here. And you can also create your own. So if we jump back here and go to manage plugins, hit plus, you can create your own with Claude. And what's really cool is while we're making this plugin, our other task is still running. That's the beauty of Cowork. You can line up tasks that are running concurrently, so you can just smash out a whole bunch of work with Claude in an hour. All right, again, Claude's going to ask us a bunch of questions to get clear on the task. Let's do content creation. Let's do creative content, and we'll say just me. So we'll do social media content and email and marketing. And yes, we do have our guidelines that Claude's just created for us. Let's go write mode content. And so do we want to use slash commands or natural language? Let's go both. And let's say already in Cowork because they will be soon. And if we just jump back here to this one. All right, so here's our brand discovery report. So it's searched in like 10 minutes across 54 pages in Notion and Google Drive. It's grabbed my brand playbook, my brand tone and summary. It's done a website audit. This is incredible. Like, you would have had to have paid thousands of dollars for this previously, and now Claude can just grab this stuff for you. Okay, so I'm just telling it that my brand has changed from Right Way VS to Right Mode, which it found, I guess, old documentation on my Google Drive. And then over here, we can go to our brand voice and let's get it to use this skill. And you can see here, you can use that as a slash command, or if you can't remember what that slash command is, like me, you can just go here and just select. Okay, and again, you can see it's created this to-do list and it's gonna basically complete this for me in a couple of minutes and present a guideline and then save it to this working folder. So in just a few minutes, it has created these brand voice guidelines for me. So over here, we just click into those and it's given this like full report here. What we are, what we're not, conversational, permission giving, like this is so aligned with me. Anti-hustle, how it shows up, contractions everywhere, short paragraphs, like this is so aligned with me because it's pulled from so many sources, not just like one document or one conversation and trying to pull in like chat threads, my actual work. And what's really cool is now I have this slash command, which is for AI assisted content creation, use slash brand voice enforce voice. And it pulls from this comprehensive document wherever I am, whatever content I'm creating. And so it's just done all of that. And then if we go back into our new plugin for social media, let's set this up with our brand guidelines. So here's what it's going to build for us. We've got our skills, so core content creation knowledge, and then commands. So if I want to make a social post, an email draft, or a video script, I can quickly access those. No agents are needed for this, and no hooks or MCP servers are needed for this. We could take this further and connect it to my Notion, but for the purpose of this video, let's just keep it simple and fast so you get some quick wins. If you want to dive further with this, I do have my membership, which is the best AI community for women out there, and I will drop the link for this in the description below. All right, back to this. Great. And can you please also add my brand guidelines to this document? So I've just uploaded this brand voice guidelines that our plugin created for us. And now we're going to get our content creation plugin built. All right. And in like 2 minutes, it has created this plugin. So there's one core content skill and 3 commands. So we can quickly create a social post, an email draft, and a video script. All right, we just hit save and now it's here. So let's write an email. Hey Claude, can you create an email draft for me to my list. I want something high value about how amazing Claude plugins and skills are and how they just take what custom GPTs should have been and just make it so much better. And again, Claude's just going to ask us a few questions. Let's just go newsletter. No hard CTA on this one, just high value. And if you want the link to my newsletter, I will drop it in the description below. All right. And now here it's given me a few subject line options, which is exactly how I start sentences. I always start with okay. If you've even listened to any of my content, you know this. And so this is so aligned to me. This is amazing. And I will send this out to my list. As I said, jump on that free newsletter. The link will be in the description below. So good. One more thing I want to show you about Cowork is this schedule feature. So if we just jump over here, I can get this to run weekly. So I can say, hey, Claude, can you please schedule a draft email to happen every Thursday at 3 p.m. Basically, I want you to interview me on topics and pull out some content for my newsletter each week. And you can see here, it will now run this. This is just a cron schedule. If you don't know what that is, it's just like a scheduled task in coding. And if you jump over here to scheduled, we can create a new task here. So you could have whatever you want, a daily briefing here. You can choose your models and the frequency. You can also select what folder it can run in. So you could have these Excel spreadsheets and analyze the data weekly for you. The possibilities here are endless. Now, if you're still here, you are clearly ready to implement this stuff. Inside the Right Mode membership, you get a community of women who are implementing AI just like this. Plus, I'm genuinely in there helping you set this up. I'll drop the link in the video description, and I would love to see you inside. I will see you in the next video.